situated a little bit more. All right. I got a few minutes here to do a live stream until, as you can see, I don't know if you can see over the shoulder, it's getting really dark. We've got some really bad rain coming in, and I'm going to be doing a torrential downpour review of my clear lids that I just installed today as soon as this rain gets here. I have an installation video going up in a little while. We just put this, it's called clear lids. I don't know if you can see it. Let me move the camera so you guys can see it. I just installed this. It's a tinted polycarbonate one-piece panel that replaces your Freedom Top, the two-piece Freedom Top. This is the same material they use to make fighter jet canopies. So we just put this in today, and I am waiting for the rain to get here, which it should be here very shortly. Now, I took the vehicle after I installed it. It took 15 minutes to install this, but after I installed it, I took the vehicle to a car wash, and I hit it with a power washer for 15 minutes, and 1 drop of water came in. So I'm hoping that this rain is heavy, it's brutal, and, you know, nothing comes in. So we'll see. But 1 little drop after power washing the hell out of it, because a lot of people were asking, does it leak? I guess we're going to find out. Anyway, I've got a few minutes to do a quick Q&A. I did a couple of videos today, putting them up. A lot of people were asking me, do you miss your Trackhawk? What's it like going from 1,000 horsepower to down to a V6? Stuff like that. So, yeah, I've got a couple of videos to share earlier, but I'll tell you what. As far as, I'll hint at one of them. When asked about missing my other vehicle, right? It's not the same way you were like, oh, it's not regret. It's like, oh, you miss anything that you worked on or anything that you built. But it's not like, oh man, I wish I didn't do that. You know what I mean? It's like, I am freaking happy. I've already started modifying this. We got parts on the way. Over my shoulder. I don't know if you can see it. Let me hold this up. You can see this. We did, you guys can see that. That, look, I'll zoom in real fast. Right there. And I put a little foam cushion on top, which is a little wrinkled, but that is the fishbone storage rack that we mounted last week, which is great for when you go to the supermarket and you load up on cases of water. But parts like that to help personalize the vehicle. This went in today. It was nice and sunny earlier, so we put this polycarbonate one piece in, or aka the clear lids. I haven't put my handles in yet that my buddy at work told me about. I just got those in the mail, so I have not put those up here yet. Like a lot of little things, you know, add up. The mirrors for when your doors are off. Trying to think what else we ordered. Cup holders. Believe it or not, I did a video that one of the things I couldn't stand about the Wrangler when I got it was that the doors did not have cup holders. You might think that's silly, but I don't know. I want extra cup holders. On my door, I can put like whatever I want in here, like hand sanitizer or extra water bottle. You only have the 2 in the center console. And then in the back, you have 2 like right behind here. I also put something in there to add 2 more, and then you have your center. But up front, only 2? All right, that kind of sucked. So I added these, and they're solid. They're as solid as can be, and it's a really good design. And they're cheap. I got them on Amazon. Let's see. You didn't get EV. Yeah, the 4XE, I did not want to get the 4XE. Like, oh, here comes the wind. Oh, hopefully the rain's going to hit soon. I'm going to have to end this when it starts to pour because I have to do the review on this. But the wind is already starting to pick up. I can see little dirt devil starting. No, I didn't want to go with the EV one. They had the 4XE. I did not want to get that. Be honest with you, I did not want to get the V6. I wanted the 2.0 liter turbo. And if you're wondering why, is because when I started to look at longevity of motors and stuff, the 2.0 was really, really good. I just got a message. But, so we got a V6 in here. It's the 3.6 liter. That may not stay in here long down the road. I talked to Dunfab about, well, they actually suggested it to me because he, in jest, he said, you know, It only costs about 7,000 to 9,000 to put in a 6.2 liter engine swap because they make a kit for it. And I'm following a guy on this Facebook page right now that literally took a 1,400 horsepower motor out of a Trackhawk twin turbo, detuned it down to I think 1,200, but he's putting in the motor and the transmission in his Wrangler Rubicon. So I'm following him intently to see how that goes. But it looks badass already. He's already got the motor in. He's already got the motor mounts and everything done. But I'm watching that to see how that goes. But this wasn't a platform that I got for power. This was for like fun and off-roading. So yeah, we got to go with the changing out the steel bumpers that we already have. Even though the Rubicon comes with the steel bumper package that you can turn into a stubby. You can take off the sides. I want one with a bull bar on the front and winch. Same thing with the rear. We're going to go probably with a 2.5-inch lift, maybe 3, depending upon the tires. But we do want to go with 37-inch tires, a smaller diameter wheel or rim, so we have more meat on the rim, more rubber. Probably going to... well, I'm going to have to. I have a 410 gears. We're going to have to go up to a 4.5 or a 4.6. I think 4.66. I have a chart that a buddy of mine at work gave me that I have to look at to see what type of gearing ratio we're going to go at the beat, so it doesn't feel like we're sluggish. But yeah, so this is like month 1. Imagine like going all the way back to the beginning when I first got that Jeep SRT and all the little stuff we did to it month to month to month to month. This is like month 1. We've already added a couple cool pieces to it to start us off. But we got something really big on the horizon that I cannot talk about yet. I can tell you what, July 1st weekend is when I'm going to talk about it. That's all I can say. So not until July 1st. Man, this rain is really, but come on, let's get here already. I see it in the distance, but it hasn't hit us yet. There's supposed to be some really heavy downpours coming. I just want to get this over with so I can head inside and get something to eat. I didn't eat all day yet. Why didn't you get the 392? Everyone asks that. I should have answered that in the other question. Number 1, if you've been following me for the longest period of time, you've heard me talk crap about the 392. 392 sucks. It's got the lifter issue. I would never, ever, ever again after the 2015 that I had, will ever go back into a 392. Ever. That's reason number 1. Even when we bought the Wagoneer cost us $85,000 and some change, right? At the time of purchase, we made sure we picked one that did not have the 6.4 in it. I said no, 5.7 over 6.4 because of the issues with the 6.4. When I had the 2015 and we were on mild boost, we didn't have any problems with it, but we started noticing in the community a lot of people having the MDS/lifter issue. I traded it into a dealership. A friend of mine bought it. Within 6 months, he had the lifter issue and had to spend, I think, somewhere around $6,000 to have that fixed. And I swore at that time, I said I would never, ever, ever get another 392. It's not worth it. 6.2, now if they made these in 6.2, hell yeah. Or if they made a 6-cylinder, like, turbo, hell yeah. But a naturally aspirated 392 in a Wrangler, not me, bud. Number 2, the price tag that they threw on that thing is absolutely ridiculous. Okay, so Trackhawk money, right? So I paid $84,000 back in 2018, $94,000 for the Trackhawk, right? Total cost. It was like, I think it listed for 86, or it was base, and then with the options came out to 94,000. That's the same price for these 392s right now. Trackhawk money or red eye money for a Wrangler. No, absolutely not. I looked at a wide body, a blue wide body red eye before I got this. And I'll tell you my reasoning, because I went nuts with looking at crazy cars after I sold it, because I sold the Trackhawk for $95K. And I was like, oh my God, what am I going to get now? What am I going to get now? I looked at a Mach 1 Special Edition Mustang, because that's almost 800 horsepower. I looked at a white wide body Charger Hellcat, because I think Charger Hellcat wide bodies are just the meanest looking vehicle out there. Then I looked at a couple of red eyes, and the wide body just, you know, it's awesome. And I found one for the literally right in my price range of what I sold the Hawk for in blue. And I wasn't a fan of blue, but I was like, oh man. And I was like talking to the missus about, ooh, which one? And she said, didn't you just tell me you wanted to get out of the performance aspect of this and go into an off-roading thing? And I was like, yes. So then somebody said, well, what about a TRX? Well, you'll never see me drive a pickup truck, ever. Just like you won't see me with a Gladiator. Absolutely not. I'm not knocking the vehicle. Just never going to be in a pickup truck. That's just me. So I thought about it for a minute, and I was like, all right. So these are 60 plus. If I buy one of these, and then I have a hell of a lot left over for modifications, that would be the better route. And I just bought an 85 grand Wagoneer, so I didn't want to spread myself too thin. I'm not rich people. So I was like, okay. The more sensible idea was to go with the Rubicon in a 6. I did want the 2.0. Mind you, I did want the turbo, the 2.0 liter turbo. But I found this one fully loaded, leather interior, heated, everything. The only thing it didn't come with that I'm a little irritated with, and it's not even a big deal, is because I can buy it and put it in, it's like a auxiliary panel, right? 4 little auxiliary switches to power any type of auxiliary things you want to do, like lights and stuff like that. I did not get that in this vehicle. It did not come with it. But they do offer, you can buy it, put it in. It takes a few minutes to install. So I'm going to have to spend $400 to put one in. So I hope that answers your question. You'll never see me, ever, drive a 392 anything ever again. Until Dodge fixes that motor and there's no more people saying, oh, I had a lifter issue or a lifter failure. Until that day comes, I wouldn't even talk about the 392. 5.7 all day for us. Or if you're going to get a 392, please get rid of MDS delete, forge the bottom end. Then you can go balls to the wall with it. That's a great motor. If you forge it, you get rid of that MDS nonsense. That's a great motor. I mean, our buddy Sammy up in New York has one of the nicest Jeep SRTs out. It's one of the most popular Jeep SRTs. He never went Trackhawk. He stayed with that motor and worked it. And that thing's a beast. Here we go. Here comes the wind. Let's pick it up. Now, where's the rain? But yeah, so no, I hope that answers your question. We had to go topless Jeep weekend in nice. Unfortunately, yesterday was beautiful. It was 100 degrees, sunny, and I stayed in bed. I was feeling under the weather on Thursday going into Friday, and yesterday at work, I left work. I didn't feel too well. I was just like, eh. So I needed some sleep to catch up. I fell asleep. As you can do, my throat's a little scratchy. I get really bad allergies this time of year. Matter of fact, I get really bad allergies all year long. I'm very unfortunate when it comes to that. Great if you're in the medical field and you got stock in Zyrtec and Claritin, but yeah, I suffer from a really bad allergy. So yesterday, instead of going topless and taking the roof off, which we had planned to do for the entire week, I ended up staying in. So that kind of sucked. Although I got to take the Freedom top off and install this in today and do like a review installation video and a test at the car wash. A power washer, we blasted it for 5 straight minutes, and the power washer, like 2 drops of water came in on the passenger side. If you watch the installation video later, you'll notice that the foam pieces that come with these clear lids, the driver's side was perfectly flat. The passenger side, for whatever reason, was like bowed a little bit. It's foam. So when we put it in and we tightened it down, I don't think I tightened it all the way down, but we had 2 drops, literally 2 drops of water got in, so it leaked on me. Not a bad leak, not something that I would be like, dang it, I'm gonna have to send it back, but, excuse me. Water did get in, and I think that had something to do with it, that the foam cushion that you have to put in there was slightly warped. Hopefully it'll de-warp as over time it keeps it pressed down. I don't know. We'll see. I'm going to report back on that later. But yeah, this thing is, I love it. This was definitely a good piece, which you can't really see. I mean, let me take it off and show you what I'm talking about. It's a 1-piece tinted polycarbonated or polycarbonate canopy type material. You know, some people were worried that, oh, so much heat's going to get in here. Well, I can tell you without the headliner, that the Freedom tops were burning hot when I took them off. This wasn't as hot today in the sunlight, so who knows. But that's what it looks like. We had a drop of water that ended up here, and a little drop of water that ran down here, and that was it. That was all we got when I took it to the power washer to do my little test. So first meetup, my pick is I already have stuff to give away for the first Jeep meet. Now somebody hit me up recently and was like, when's the next Trackhawk meet? Well, it's going to be more of an all Jeep meet. So I do have an SRT / Trackhawk / Jeep / bring whatever you drive meet, because we haven't been to the restaurant. And the last couple times I picked, the weather sucked, as my buddy Wilson pointed out. So that is coming up. I have to pick a date for that. It'll be somewhere in the Northeast again. We had a lot of fun the first two times we went out. We went to the Union Tap. We had a lot of people show up in 30-degree weather, and we sat and ate for about 3 hours, and it even snowed a little bit. And then we had more people at the second one when we went to what was that? Mission Barbecue. That was, man, that place has good food. We might as well go back there. I don't know. So yeah, I do have stuff to give away. Stuff has been coming in and piling up, and I've been slacking on getting some of the reviews out. But one company sent me 4 battery. They're kind of like the portable air compressors that I got, which recently just came in handy because when I left work the other day, we had a drastic difference in temperature from day and night, and the rear wheel was down by 20 psi. So I had to get out on the side of the road and use that portable compressor. And I'll tell you what, man, it works great. And I was able to take the PSI all the way up to 39 PSI, which these tires require. So yeah, first meet, we will have some stuff to give away. Come on, where is this rain? It was supposed to rain like any second. Now it just seems like it's passing through, but we're not getting any rain. The whole point of me being out here was to get this last test in, and nothing yet. So that kind of sucks. How hot was it down in Texas the other day for the Go Topless Day? 5-hour wait for the ferry. I did see some pictures of people with their Jeeps on a ferry. I don't know where it was. They were headed out for a beach day. It was on one of the Jeep JL 20 and 18 and up Facebook groups. I just joined a bunch of those Facebook groups. I have to start a couple of our own just for, marketing sake. But there was a lot of pictures of people with their Jeeps on ferries. I don't know where they were going. They just said beach day. For me, I don't have to get on a ferry to go to the beach. I literally just drive down Wildwood. It's an hour and a half from here, depending upon traffic. A winch mark in the future? Yes. So there are a couple. DV8 makes a really nice bumper setup, a front bumper, steel bumper setup. It's got the angled, I wish I had a picture to show you. Has the bull bar on it, like an angled bull bar. It has an LED strip built in, and I'm not going crazy with LED lights. I'm not going to blind people. I don't foresee the need for adding a shit ton of lights in here. But it already comes with one mounted in the front for obvious reasons, and it is winch capable. So yeah, absolutely going with that type of bumper setup. Now the rear bumper, we have to replace the rear bumper also with a steel bumper setup. I don't know which one yet, so that's coming. So bumpers, lift, wheels. What else? Not going with, now I will probably change the hood to a functional hood, but nothing crazy. I'm probably not going to go with some Angry Bird looking front end. I like the natural grille of the Jeep. So I'm probably not going to change that, but I want a more functional hood because this thing is just for looks. It's not functional. It has vents that do nothing. So I need a more functional hood, a heat extraction type hood. And I saw a couple that look just like the Wrangler hood, yet it's functional. So that may be in our future. Get rid of this, sell it, replace it with a lighter version. I don't know if there's a carbon fiber option on the market. I have to reach out to my buddy Chad over at Black Ops and see if he knows of somebody that he trusts that makes a carbon fiber one, because I don't think he actually makes one for this platform. If he does, or he's thinking of making them, let me know. I would absolutely put one on. And fenders. The fenders on the JL are nice, but I need them to be a little bit more streamlined, out of the way. And I think that'll be it. We already have the tube doors on order. What else? I think we ordered everything that we need to get the vehicle started. Just the major things, re-gearing. The rear end has got to go up from a 410 to at least a 4.5 or a 4.6. Buddy of mine at work gave me a chart that I have to look over, dependent upon the size wheel I go with, which I believe will be a 37. And lift. Oh, it's starting to rain. Finally. It's only drizzling now. We need a heavy downpour to truly test this out. I don't know if we're going to get it. Somebody's checking in. Hello, how are you? My son is an LED freak. Yeah, so a buddy of mine at work has an LED strip across the top, which I looked at that. I may add that if I don't go with the steel bumper one that has the built-in, and it's a small one. It's not very bright. They do make ones you can swap out over on the sides. You can put little extra ones in there. But I do have the fog lights, and although I believe it's bright, it may not be bright enough when we go camping, etc. Oh, here we go. Finally. It's the only time you'll ever hear me absolutely praise that it's raining. I'm trying to do this test. So as soon as it starts to rain a little harder, I have to end this, start the camera, and record the clear lids under a heavy rain, which I still don't see where it's at. So hopefully it'll be here any moment. But so I won't be on here much longer. Update on the Trackhawk. I've remained friends with the guy I sold it to. One of the coolest dudes ever. This guy, Dave, down out of Alabama. One of the coolest. Out of all the people in the world that could have bought that Hawk, perfect person to purchase it. He had an 18. He has a 21, right? He's keeping stock. Beautiful silver 21, nice wheels on it. He's keeping it stock. He had an 18. He sold it, got a Porsche, hates the Porsche. Getting rid of the Porsche. He wanted another 18. And the 18 that he had was demonized. It was badass. He's got a drag pack already waiting for it. He's going to send me pictures and video when he takes it to the track. He called me the other day. I was at work, and he was like, hey, man, do you have a minute to talk? And at first I was like, oh, my God, what happened? Like, I was like, did something happen? And he goes, you didn't tell me that it would spin all four wheels into second gear. I was like, oh, yeah, by the way, there's a lot of power, and she doesn't hook up on the street with those Pirellis at all. She'll spin all four wheels going in the second gear. It's not a bad thing. It's actually pretty cool, but he was a little shocked. And he said that, I'm paraphrasing, that when he had his 18 demonized, it didn't feel as strong as that. Now, he plans on taking that Hawk back to Demon Performance and adding some more power to it. Thing is going to be a monster. He already has the drag pack for it, so I need to get a picture from him. I got to reach out to him probably tomorrow. I'll send him a text and say, hey, bud, when you get a shot, when you get a second, once you get the drag pack on the Hawk, if you can send me a picture, and I'll update you guys and girls what it looks like with the weld wheels on it. I can't wait to see it. So he did have a white 18 with it on, and believe it or not, he was a member of our Team Trackhawk page. I saw his Hawk a year or so ago. I think it was a year or so ago, and I remember screen saving it so I can show my buddy Joe Solismo, hey, these are the wheels I want to put on the Hawk. Go figure, later on down the road, the wheels that I wanted to put on it are actually going to be the wheels from the photo that I saved going on it, right? Pretty cool. So we'll find out what he does at the track and everything like that, and we'll keep tabs on it. Oh, they're trying to get out of here on the moped as fast as they can because it's starting to rain. But it's not raining hard. This heavy downpour we're supposed to get is a flop so far. I'm sure there are people out right now that don't want it to rain, but I actually want it to rain. Oh, well. Maybe it just missed Philly. I don't know. Of all the times for it to miss, I bet you if I was at work right now, it'd be pouring. Let's see. How long has it been since the Trackhawk was gone? About a month. I sold it almost a month. Wait, what? No, I don't think so. Hold on a second. I can't check on my phone. 3 weeks. 3 weeks. What's today's date? Yeah, 3 weeks. It's been gone 3 weeks. Almost a full month. We sold it right at the beginning of May, end of April, and it hasn't been a full month yet. So we've actually got a lot done with this thing so far in the short time that we've had it. This is my biggest project, getting this installed today. And weird thing is, a lot of the projects that I've done on this thing have only taken minutes, not half hour, hour. This was 15 minutes. Hard wiring my dash cam, my black view, into the fuse box, you know, firewall, well, kind of skirting the firewall. There's a trick to do that. That didn't take long. Installing the luggage rack at the back by Fishbone that we got from extremeterrain.com. That didn't take long either. Nothing has taken very long installing or getting these vehicles are so modular, it's insane. The bullet point solutions here, I'll show you. Let me just take this camera off and show you real quick. Let me flip it around. All right. So I got my battery plugged into the GoPro. That's normally not there, but so I have this Bullet Point Solutions mount. This is one of the best mounts I've found so far. It's super sturdy, right? This does not go anywhere. It's rock solid. This is the XL size. If you have an iPhone Max anything, you need the XL mount, not their regular phone mount. The regular phone mount sucks, and your phone will fall out of it. You need the XL mount. And it's modular. You can actually move those over and bolt them down. It's like a one piece that goes in, right? It replaces your dash, and there's one of the screws, and then there's another screw over there. It's really, you just pull the little rubber piece out and you put this in. The hardest part was actually getting these screws in, because they're a real pain in the ass. Anyone that has messed with one of these knows that these things are a pain in the ass. And wow, that one's loose. That's great. I got one loose screw already. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna have to tighten that down. Maybe I just missed it. But it's very modular. You can have one, two. I opted with their GoPro mount and 2 phone mounts, which I modified this secondary phone mount. Now I do have an extra one of these inside there. Don't mind my messy vehicle. So when we're on a road trip, if we're not taking a Wagoneer, which would be highly unlikely, the missus can also have her phone over here if she wants to play with music or whatever. But for me, I took out my old 20mm ball on the Panavice mounts that I had, and it will fit in here. And then I made another phone mount like this. It's modular. You can move it around. You can put a iPad Mini Pro, any type of tablet over here. If you have a separate map system, if you're going off-roading, you want your, you know, if you want to run better off-trail maps, basically, you know, like your 1/50,000 type military style mapping, you can put that over off to the side. And this is great for doing the YouTube thing. Yes, having this here mounted is great, but I can also move it around and get other views, etc. So this was the first thing that I installed was this style mount, which, like I said, the screws were a pain in the ass, but absolutely awesome. Flip you back around. Now let's try to get this in here without making it fall over. All right, there we go. So that was the first thing I put in, was that mount. And I did one of the things that I did not like about the Wrangler platform right off the bat, and this is going to sound kind of petty, was the lack of door cup holders in the doors. Zero. It comes with this little net thing, but I like to have extra water in the vehicle. I like to store. I got a hand sanitizer and a lot of stuff for work that I like to throw in the door, and you can't put water bottles in these nets. Let me take you back down and show you what I'm talking about. So these were aftermarket that I got off of Amazon, and I saw a video on them. If you can see it, I mean, it's not going anywhere. Right now I just have some napkins and a bottle of hand sanitizer in there, but this is not meant to hold a bottle of water. You'll stretch it out It's not going anywhere. This was designed with the intent of keeping this in place. You don't take your net out. Do not take your net out. Leave it there. You can put whatever you want behind there, but these are solid. I mean, they're not coming out. There's a screw here, and then there's one on the bottom, a torque screw that's OEM, and then there's a strip that runs along here that's 3M tape. Believe it or not, that was one of the things that I needed to have in here was extra cup holders. We also put this piece in here, this little, I don't know, you go change or whatever you want to put in there. I got Q-tips in there, but this was also added, and it goes on both sides. Yeah, I'm showing you my dirty ass vehicle, the inside of it right now. And there's the Red Bull. So there we go. As you can see, that was kind of like a couple of the things that I put in here right away. Along with my Easy Pass and my dash cam, which I was going to find a place to wire the rear view camera today after it poured and I got the video for the clear lids, which doesn't seem to want to cooperate today. I think the rain is just going to miss us. I guess I'll have to try this another time. But wow. That's pretty much all I have, though. I was just kind of going live waiting for this thing to start, but it's not going to start. Why is there two shifters? It's a Jeep. One's for your 2 high, 4 high, neutral, and 4 low. Okay, so, and a couple other cool things that are here that you might not know. Most of you do, but so you do have the ability to disengage your sway bar for when you're rock crawling, and if you get stuck, this is really comes in handy. It's a differential lock, so I got lockers front and rear if I want to lock the front 2 wheels together or lock the rear, etc. And this is just basically your 2 high, 4 high, neutral, and 4 low. So I just run it pretty much in 2 high. There's no reason to run it in oh, before I switch it over, one of the biggest pain in the ass with moving from a Trackhawk to a Wrangler is this right here. That's where my windows are located. To roll my windows down, yeah, they're over here. So why wouldn't, if you got everything else on the door, you got your power locks, you got your power mirrors, why not put the door handles over here or the door windows over here? I don't get that. But then you give you a cigarette lighter there and your media center, auxiliary, USB-C, and USB classic. I will be filling this section, like I said earlier at the beginning of the video, with the auxiliary port that goes in there. So, all right. Hey Ron, what's going on? Good. What's up, brother? How you doing? So there we go. All right. That's pretty much a little walkthrough of this. There are some other little things that I added to the vehicle already to personalize it. I have to get it inspected, hopefully this weekend. I do need to go to the dealership and get an oil change because it is super, super sketchy. But other than that, that's pretty much all I have today. I don't know. Any other questions before I bounce out of here? The reason why I came on here to go live was to kind of stall until this storm that was supposed to hit and give us a huge downpour just never happened. Maybe somewhere else in Philly got hit, but not where I'm at. The diff lock must be yeah, I did look at a Sahara, a modified Sahara. A couple of the vehicles that I did look at did not have this option. But when I saw it, I went, you know what? It's in my eyes, it's a must-have, right? The sway bar disconnect and the diff lock is something that, to me, I was like, okay, yeah, this is definitely something that I would need to go with. It just sucks that I'm at a 410 gear, and if I want to do the 37s, I got to go to like 4.56 or 4.6. Like I said, I have to check the chart a friend of mine gave me, but oh well, all down the road. The engine size is the 3.6. It's a V6. I did one, believe it or not, I wanted the 2.0 liter turbo, but beggars can't be choosers. They're very hard to find. And finding this one, I was shocked. I was actually on my way to an appointment at a dealership an hour north of Philly in New Jersey to look at a Rubicon. Same color. It didn't have the same amount of options. And this one popped up on my way. And I'm like, all right. So I went to the credit union that day. And when I was on my way to go to that appointment, I stopped in Cherry Hill. And they had this one, and I was like, oh my God, it's exactly what I wanted. It had everything I wanted. It had the color. Yes, I did originally want a crystal granite metallic one, but and a lot of people don't like this color for some reason. I put it up on our Facebook group. A lot of people don't like the Stingray. They say it's overplayed, it's too much. I guess personal preference. Dodge is now discontinuing this color. I absolutely love it. But it had to have the fender color matched and the roof color matched. That was one of the things I was looking for. And all the options interior-wise, I wanted the leather package, black, etc. The only thing I also didn't like was that the red trim with the red stitching and the red dash, I wanted the gray, not the red. And, oh well. So, I got the red. But, like I said, awesome vehicle. I got lucky. I got really lucky. Now it's just tedious and going through that whole process of modifying, you know, a little bit each week, a little bit each month, etc. It's going to take a long time. Do you have a list of mods you want to do? I do. I talked about them already at the start of this. I can just briefly go over what we're planning on doing right up front. Changing out the steel bumpers for a winch with a bull bar type bumper up front, a functional heat extract type hood, carbon fiber if they make it, a bigger lift, larger tires. We're on 33s. We want to go up to 37s. What else? That's for the immediate future right there. Engine swap probably down the road. Much more down the road. Oh, dude, man, I'm like, I got that like kid on a Christmas Day feeling again with vehicles. Like for 7+ years in the WK2. Well, actually longer than that. I did a video showing all the WK2s I had. I was on that platform from the day they came out, and most of my WK2s had bull bars on them. I was kind of holding on to the off-roading world as much as I could, and then when we got the SRT, you couldn't put a bull bar on it. It kind of looked silly, right? And it was totally non-functional. So I got that feeling back again, that like kid on a Christmas morning, you know, like something new, something I always wanted to do. This was out of all the Jeeps I've had over the last 30 years. 30 freaking years. Yeah, I'm old. This was the one platform that got away from me. The Wrangler is the one vehicle that I never had a chance to do. Like, I've always wanted to modify one of these. We had the XJ. We had the CJ. We had a couple of manual transmission vehicles, Jeeps. Had a Commander. A bunch of WK2s. This platform, Wrangler, you know, whether it be the JK or now the JL, was the one that got away. And I'm not getting any younger, as some of you can tell. So I wanted to finally do it, and here we are. So we'll run this out for a while, see what's what, and who knows? We've got the Wagoneer to constantly do updates on. We added this to the family. I don't know about racing again down the road. Racing was never like a real big thing for me. I've been doing it again for 30 years. I got my license in 86. I think I got it in 86. And then buddies of mine, we used to go down the shore, well, down to Atco, down the shore, and it was a hobby. You know, it was like one of those things that, just like fishing. I go fishing maybe once or twice a year. Same thing with racing. It was never big. But we've always had a vehicle in our garage or in our repertoire to actually do that. We just don't right now. We will soon. So, we'll see. Seen a Rubicon in person driving past my neighborhood. Oh, they probably have like 37s on. I've seen people with wheels larger than 37. I think 37 will be the largest tire I'll go with. I want a smaller rim. I've seen people with 35s on 22-inch wheels and a big meaty tire. They look good. I don't want it to be a mall crawler. So there's a fine line between building a mall crawler, and you already know what that definition is, and something that you can be functional off-road. I want a functional off-road vehicle to take on the trails. You know, a buddy of mine just got back from Moab this year. Him and his buddies drove all the way out there, and they're in their Wranglers, and they had a lot of fun. He borrowed my radios, and he had a blast. That's the thing that I'm looking for. So I'm talking about a small diameter rim, probably in the 17-inch range, with a giant 37-inch tire on it. So the more meat, the better. I will have to change out these fenders for clearance, but I don't think I'll have to change them. It won't have to be too drastic. It won't be like very minimal. Just probably a higher fender. That's it. But like my buddy at work told me, he goes, well, if you thought you spent money on your Trackhawk, be prepared, because he already sees me going nuts with this. And he's right. Oh my God. Right off the bat, it was like, all right, we need that, we need that, we need that. We needed this. We didn't really need it, but for YouTube and for what we do. And I wanted a panoramic sunroof, and they just don't make them unless you take your top off. So this takes the place of it for now. Only thing you have to worry about is rubbing. Yeah. So offset, lift, and fenders, we'll have to look into that. Like I said, I'm very fortunate because I work with a friend of mine who he's already in this platform for years. He's the pro. I'm the rookie. I'm literally the greenhorn coming in, and he's already helped me. Yes or no? Fuck. All right. Phone rang. Cut the audio. I had a phone call. Is it back? Yeah. All right. Yeah, once the phone call comes in, phone rang, it cut the audio. So, all right. It's back? Ugh. Yeah, so that's the sucky part. Whenever somebody tries to call you, I don't know if it's a glitch with YouTube or whatever. I just disconnected the Bluetooth from the car. Some weird thing happens where it disconnects, and I've unplugged it too. So the audio cuts out. Sometimes we don't get it back. I'm glad it's back, but I'm going to wrap this up because the sun's coming back out. Go figure. And I've got some content to put up. I got some reviews and installation stuff to put up. I was hoping to get this rain video in. It just wasn't to be. That'll be for another time. So guys, girls, thanks for checking in. Check back later on this evening. I'll have those videos I was talking about. Upload it. I will have a date and location for the next meet this week. I'll put it up this week. Hopefully you guys and girls are available. We've had a lot of fun with the ones that we've recently had in the past. Bring whatever you drive. We're there to eat and hang out. Cars always come second. I can tell you what, I am 100% going to lose every race in this, whether intentional or not. The meet and the location will probably be within 2 weeks. I have to check because we have the World War II Air Show coming up in Reading, PA. That's the first weekend of June. If you don't know what the World War II Air Show is, it's freaking incredible. Look up MAAM.org, MAM.org. Look up what the Mid-Atlantic Air Museum does out in Reading, PA. I've been going for 15 straight years or something insane. It hasn't been 20 yet, but I've actually flown on a B-17 twice, and I'm talking in the nose. You can move around and walk around once you get up in the air. It's like $450 a flight for 45 minutes. It's freaking awesome. You go up on a P-51, a B-29, a B-25. They have all type of aircraft that you can literally book a flight on. It's one of the largest reenactment weekends in the world. They have everything. A couple of years ago, they had one of the last flying British Lancaster bombers there. They had last year, they had the only flying Japanese Zero in existence, like an original Japanese Zero. It is one of the coolest weekends to go check out. Everybody is in period clothing. They're out there reenacting, doing skirmishes. You have everyone from Russian, German, and I mean like legit Wehrmacht markings, Allied, French, people dressed up as French underground fighters. You have people dressed up in like Jewish prisoner gear. It is so intense. It is like the most authentic World War II weekend you can find. If you're from the area and you've never been, check out the World War II weekend up in Reading, PA. We will be there on Saturday. We're going up with kids and a whole bunch of their friends. It's maybe I'll put up some content and show you what I'm talking about, but it's awesome. So I got to make sure I don't plan something around that. But other than that, yeah, we'll have our lunch meet come up soon. Okay, that's all I got. You guys and girls be safe. Have a good weekend. I'll check back with you next Sunday. I usually do my streams on Sunday, early mid-afternoon. Today's late, but all right. That's all I got. I'm out.